case study cash flow forecast. It is the first one that we did in class, so for those of you who weren't at school last week, this will hopefully help you out. Alright, so what we have is we have a list here of estimated receipts and payments for a plant shop. Tasia owns a plant shop and she's got us the information. So we need to go through and fill it out. We've got our spreadsheet here, which is also in your assignment. And so we've got sales from plants, $135,000. So if we go in here, 135000. Sales from accessories, we've got 34,000 for January. Now notice in my spreadsheet that I have a column for each month. We've got the January, February, March, and so we've got things that go across in our rows. So each row we can look across and we can see how much the sales are expected to be for each month, and look down and expect how much they expect to receive in a month. Okay, we've got gift voucher sales, which is 6,900. Notice when I press enter that this total receipts figure is going to change. Have a look at this as I press enter, and it's automatically updated because my Excel spreadsheet knows that I want to add everything above this. That's all of my total receipts. That's why it's there. Now we're going to look at some payments for the month of January. We've got estimated payments here: wages, water, rent, insurance, electricity, drawings, and inventory. So I'm just going to go ahead and pop those in. I'm just going to make this smaller so I can maybe see both at the same time. Okay, wages. Water, 2,800. Rent, 6,500. And we're just going to keep going down that list, and what happens is that our total payments will keep changing as we enter in these values because it's automatically set up to add for us. So 1,200. Electricity 1,465. I'm just going to do the first month one, and then you guys can go on and do the rest of it when you're working at home. Just be careful when you're counting zeros, make sure that you get them in correctly. So it's $10,000 for drawings, and we're just going to leave the truck at the moment. And inventory, 80,000. Now if we put that in, it's going to work out our total payments. So we've got some important figures in this cash flow statement. We've got our total receipts, that is the total of all of the money that's come in, all of the cash that's come into the business. Total payments, that's where it's all gone, what we've spent. Now if you see that formula, we're going to have the sum of B12 to B18, so that's B12 all the way down here to B18. Actually we've inserted a row, so we're going to change that and make it include 19 because we're going to come back to that later. Okay, opening balance. We are told how much she's got in her bank. She started with 6,700 in the bank. How much has she spent compared to how much she's earned? So we've got our total receipts, which adds all of those from B9 to B4, and then our total payments, which adds everything from B19 to B12. And so we want to work out the difference between how much she spent. So we're going to start with B10 minus B20, which is our total payment. So total receipts minus total payments. She's actually got a negative net cash flow for the month of January. So with that negative amount there, I'm just going to check that I put in the right numbers here. 10,000, 80,000, yep, we're all good. And so we've got a closing balance of $5,035. So let's have a look at how we calculated that. The opening bank account balance we're given in the sheet. That's that $67,000 there. Sorry, 6,700 there. Then we've got our surplus or our deficit, which we've calculated by subtracting the amount that's been spent from the amount that's been received. And then our closing balance, if we have a look here, is the opening balance plus the closing balance, plus the surplus or deficit. And even if it's negative, we're still going to put a plus because the computer will work that out for us. Alright, the only thing you need to know from there, you copy all the formulas that you've used along, and you just need to put in this opening balance. If you have a look here, the opening balance of the bank account is the same as the closing balance from the one before. So we've just got equals B23. I hope that helps.